miss more than hit with a face that was launched to sink, and I seldom feel the bright relief. It's been the worst day since yesterday. If there's one thing I have said, is that the dreams I once had now lay in bed. As the four winds blow my wits through the door, it's been the worst day since yesterday.
What is up? YouTube is nuts, man. 72 coming at you from the hashtag Dirty South, hashtag Mafia, Cardboard Mafia, and hashtag SGC Mafia. Up in the house doing a Wednesday Whiskers Whisper session. I just thought it was a nice little tongue twister. So anyway, first I want to give a shout out to my buddy Bull Gator. Sent me a care package of supplies. He's my supply train. He knows I've gone over to the One Touches and sent me about 10 of them, and we know how expensive those are. So he sent those to me. I really appreciate it. Much respect on that. Just a couple of updates real quick before we get started for today. Let's see. SGC has a big announcement they're putting out this week. Be looking for Peter, the CEO, to be making a statement concerning SGC. There's some talk about what that is already, but I don't want to go into that. I've heard when it may be. But anywho, from another channel. So, but it's all good. It's out there. And then I got a couple of folks lined up. I've got a special guest going to hopefully be on Monday, and I'll share that later. I've got a couple of more people lined up. Tomorrow night is going to be Bart, the PSA card guy. He is a huge San Francisco 49er PC collector. He's in the registry. I mean, I think he said he's got an ungodly amount of PSA cards. He's got probably the sickest, dopest man cave for any kind of slab cards, even raw cards being showcased in his man cave. But you can catch that on his channel. But he's going to be here tomorrow night with, believe it or not, I finally was able to get Chili on here, Chili Sports Cars. So I'm going to have Bart and Chili on here tomorrow night, 8 p.m., I believe, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'll do a promo on that in just a little bit. So we'll get that going, and trying to get something lined up on Sunday night and then on next Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I don't want to put these too much. But anyhow, man, the hot topic of discussion this week seems to be vendor-provided services for research. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Well, first of all, before I get into that, if you're complaining about SGC wait time and PSA wait time and Beckett wait time, then I don't know where you've been. All three of them are backed up. PSA was already backed up because of poor customer service. What's up, Impact Player? What's up, Connor? Glad y'all can make it on here. Just getting started. Thank you, Connor. Enjoy what you can, man. But what we need to do is if you're submitting cards and you've submitted cards to PSA, you already knew that they were 1.3 million in the hole. It takes 20 to 30 days for your car to get entered to the system. And then off of that, yeah, they're starting to do their turnaround times. But you're still not getting the same service you provided for. SGC has had anywhere from 10 to 20-fold increase in work. I'm not the SGC police. I'm not the slap police. I'm just stating fact. They're all backed up, man. It's been this hobby has taken off for many different reasons, just not one. So they're all flying off the hook. What that means is, I think competition between the three vendors is nothing good but for us. But if all you're going to do is consistently whine and bitch about wait times, then don't slab your cards yet. Just wait. That, or do a big group submission, because group submissions across the board get quicker turnaround than individuals. And the reason is because if they've got anywhere from a $5 to a $10 or $20,000 submission, that's paying the light bill for sure. So they're going to move that product. I ain't got no beef with that. It's all good. Do I think they need to have two separate routing systems for that within the graders? I think yes. I think you should have graders that are solely responsible for bulk and graders that are solely responsible for individual submissions under bulk count. But they may do that. I don't know. But maybe that's something we could find out. Ooh. So with that being said, the big topic this week has been, I've seen multiple videos on this and have been researching it for quite a while now, is the different various platforms researching sales. So whether that is the Card Ladder, Market Mover, I think there's 2 or 3 more, they're all coming out. I'm just going to give you my opinion on it. It's my opinion only. I think that the Market Mover, a sports card investor, sets the standard. I think everybody else is trying to jump on that train before it leaves the station. And honestly, I think it's already left the station if you're a developer. With that, you just got to think, this guy has got a product, and we're going to discuss that here in just a minute. But we've got a service, because time is money, and everybody's needs are not the same in the hobby. Some people, like myself, like the data, but don't have time or the knowledge to be able to do it. I'm very visual. I want to see it. I don't want to have to do it myself, because time is money. My hourly rate is $30 an hour. All right. So you take that $30 an hour and you figure out how much research you want to do. That's how much money I'm spending. But everybody's needs are different. So these services can help you in various ways. It is no different. And the one I like about I think his name's Jeff, the sports card investor. I think that's his name. And if I miss wrong, I do apologize. But I think what he's done is, because of his background dealing with the stock market and investments, he says he deals with investment funds and whatnot. My brother-in-law is one. And so I, kind of talked to him about this, and he thought it was pretty intriguing. He said it's the equivalent. What these platforms are trying to do is the equivalent of the NASDAQ or of the stock market. And it's, let's say you wanted to buy stock. Well, if you've got your investment, say through Vanguard or any other Prudential or whoever does your investments, if you do that, then I would say that would be the equivalent of what these tools are. Okay, when you're doing investments, you're tying your money up based on sales history of that stock. Same thing with a card. So yeah, that's what it's used for. And you can, if you use the same scenario, which it's based on, is that you can't be 100% sure, but you with a more margin, with a pretty good chance, if you want to take the risk on your risk investment. what stocks are you a heavy hitter? Do you want risky stocks? High return, high risk, high return, low return, low risk. So that's the same thing with the card market, between prospecting and different things and different sets of cards. So you need to consider these pieces of cardboard and then these pieces of plastic, to be just like stocks or mutual funds. That's where these guys are using these platforms. That is where they're coming from. And if you know that world, this will makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. Like I said, just my opinion. So you can base track. So my needs is I have certain cards that I want to keep a track of. I don't want to have to go to these different various sites and spreadsheets and do the legwork. I don't want to do that. So would it behoove me to do one of these services? Yeah. Problem is so expensive. I've said that. I've put that out there before. I think that it's a good product. The one I'm impressed with the most is the Market Mover. If it wasn't so expensive, I would do it. But I can't justify that kind of money for a hobby, by myself. So, that's what these platforms are. Think of them as the Dow. Think of them as Wall Street. And they're reporting the sales of stocks and bonds and mutual funds, as in the cards, as in the slabs. Different levels of stock equate to different levels of cards and products. So up north has got a PSA SGC submission returns. Just threw it out and out. But make sure I'm going to watch that. Let's see. But that's the way you need to think of it. And impact player there is going back to what I said about the wait times. Folks complaining about wait times. You know what you're getting into. So, I mean, it's like you getting in a relationship with somebody you probably don't need to, but there's the fun. You know what the back end's going to be. You know what the front end's going to be. Is it a balancing act? That's what you need to do. But just stop whining about that. It gets old, y'all. But anywho, but back to the Market Mover stuff, and these different platforms. Each one has their different aspects. But yeah, that's just the way you need to look at it. And with me and a new friend in the hobby have been talking, and this is my opinion about PSA, SGC, Beckett, even GMA. Okay, you go shopping. PSA is the line shareholder. They have better resale. That's a fact. It ain't going to change anytime soon. So I equate them to Target. They're the Target. All right. I equate SGC to Walmart. Ain't nothing wrong with Walmart. Walmart's at reduced prices. Not everybody can go to Target. Target doesn't sell certain products that Walmart does, and vice versa. Goods and services. Each one has their pros and cons, and cost level, economic level. I would rather, if there's and I went into this slabbing and flipping to think, there's guys like me that can't afford a high-end card over $100 or $200. That's a lot of money, especially getting back into the hobby. So what's a good, if that PSA is going for 700 and doubling, tripling X factor in weeks to $1,000 or $2,000 ungodly amounts of money because it's happening. Where's that? Where's the justice? Where's the opportunity, the fair opportunity for someone that can't afford that because it's in a PSA case? Same card in a PSA case, in an SGC case, or a GMA case, or a Beckett case. If you can get that same card and you want it slabbed, already done for you, I'm giving you an opportunity to get that card at a fair market value based on what the goods and services is. So that's one way the way to look at it, is to give people opportunities to get cards that they normally wouldn't be able to get slabbed because of the price increases. So, just some food for thought. Everybody has their their place in this. And man, see, thank you, Connor. You know, I'm sure guys like Connor, these young guys, and young women in the hobby, you know, they're in middle school, high school, even some college kids, even grown people. They can't afford these PSA, even SGC cards, some or Beckett cards. What's wrong with a GMA card? What's wrong? You keep talking about retail. Well, that's the problem. Not everybody has that kind of money. And so these are outlets, these are different venues for people to be able to get instead of getting a raw card where they don't want to or not able to have that card slabbed, where they're getting a slab card at a fair price. Isn't that part of the hobby too? So that's why I do it. I've been known, I don't take a big chunk out of prices and stuff. I had one card where I put it through the roof because I was getting silly ass offers that weren't even close to the value of the card, and I sold that card for less than half of what I had it listed as. Why? Because the guy was serious about it, and it gave somebody a card that they really wanted, that they probably wouldn't have been able to afford if it was in a PSA case, to be honest with you, or a Beckett case. When, you know, it's a piece of cardboard and a piece of plastic, people. So, you know, that's my Wednesday Whispers on this. Oh, by the way, Snoop is back on. I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes so he'll watch it. So hopefully he'll watch it. But that's just my food and thought on the wait times with Beckett, SGC, and PSA. You always got GMA out there. Each one has their own place within the hobby, their own price points for a reason. So, and if you've got stuff you want to sell and you want to make the opportunity to sell it, sell it. If you want to sit on it, sit on it. There's cards that I sit on. There's cards that I don't sit on. Absolutely. Buy the card. Not, I've got 8.5s. The card looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. So there's too much focus on labels, on slab companies. There's too many people. If you want to put all your eggs in one basket with PSA or SGC or Beckett, because that's the way you are, you're kind of ADD about collecting and you want it uniform, I respect that. But if you're doing it and you're just saying that it's because of secondary resale, that's lame, bro. That's lame. You never put all your eggs in one basket, because that shit's gonna get crushed. You need to diversify. You diversify your investments and your mutual funds. You should diversify who your vendors are in your collection. But that's one I've got. I'm at 18 minutes and 14 seconds and counting, keeping it under 20. Remember, tomorrow night, I'm going to work on some promos, but I got Bart, the PSA guy, and Chili Sports Card. We're going live 8 p.m., I think, maybe 9 p.m. Pretty sure it's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, but it may be 9. But I'll put that out there. But do that. I've got somebody trying to get lined up on Sunday. I'm trying to get one lined up on Tuesday and Thursday of next week. So we'll be kind of booked in. Oh, and remember, man, I'm already hearing people griping about not being invited to the that video Lollapalooza thing where a lot of the YouTubers are going live and doing stuff. Man, y'all stop complaining because you didn't get invited. I guess you're just saying kids that didn't get a participation or got a participation trophy. Man, just come on, just enjoy the information that people are taking out of their time to put out there. It's just, man, there's a lot of griping this week. It just grinds my nerves. Don't listen about what people are buying or who's buying one. Buy what you want to buy. Collect what you want to collect. Collect what you love and love to collect is what Eric says from those back pages. Probably some of the soundest words of advice. He's the Jedi. I agree. He's the Jedi master of the hobby, and recommend his channel, watching it. And then But just have a great time doing the hobby. Don't forget why you're doing it. It's for fun. We're a bunch of grown men and women, nerds for the most part, over this stuff. No, Connor, I hadn't. So if you want to tell him to email it to me, just shout out to him, bro. But wanted to make this sick. Dude, Snoop, I'm sorry. It's 20 minutes and 17. I think you said 22 to be honest. But all right, y'all. Keep your head up, eyes up, head on a swivel. Deuces. I'm out. Peace out. Be good. Good boy.